Good afternoon, food crops class. Me and my lovely assistant here are going to demonstrate a little bit about planting shallots and garlic. Now, today is January 23rd. It is a little late to be planting these. Typically, we plant garlic and shallot sets in fall, which is the same time you would plant onions if you were planting them from seed. Now, if you look at our slides for the week, you'll recall that shallots are really just a type of onion. They're a type of onion that likes to grow in a nice little clump like this instead of forming
Did you want me to speak?
one single nice bulb. Yes, Daphne, what would you like to say?
Well, as you know, also, these plants can be alike sometimes, of course.
All right, thank you, Daphne, dear. So, that said, yeah, it's a little late to plant them, especially garlic. Garlic needs a long chilling period, the same way fruit trees have a chill requirement, and the same way winter wheat or barley have a chill requirement. So we really want to get... Hold on, Daphne,
I
dearest.
know garlic is would like to be planted in different season than what this is, but don't worry. The garlic would be fine if we planted it in this season even.
Well, it will probably be fine, sweetie. Garlic will still usually bulb up, especially if we get, it kind of depends on how our winter goes, but it will never be as big or as robust as garlic that was planted earlier in the year. That said, if you're still itching to plant some garlic, guys, for your own projects or for your own eating, you can still do it. And the worst that happens is it just might not do as well as it would if you'd planted it back in October, hold on, sweetie bug, or November, which are more optimal times to plant it. Either way, you'd be doing it the same way, so I'd like to demonstrate you the technique. For both garlic and shallot sets, we're going to do it about the same way. Daphne, please. So for garlic, what you're going to want to do is find the biggest bulbs. Do you want to find the bulbs that are the most sprouty? You're like, oh, this thing's sprouting. I got to get this out of my kitchen. No, you want to find the biggest bulbs. Now, homegrown ones, or ones from a farmer's market or from your buddy who grows it around here, are almost always going to be the best because even though garlic reproduces asexually by cloves, it still does acclimate to your area. So the more generations of garlic you've had growing in north central Texas, the better. I brought down a lot of garlic when I moved here from Wisconsin, and none of it did well at first, but a couple of kinds acclimated well. This is one of them that was told that I got years ago at a farmer's market up north, but apparently it's of Italian origin. So I guess it likes a warmer climate and a milder winter. Anyway, what you do is you find the biggest bulbs, and you get the biggest, and you peel off some of these outer layers, and you throw those peelings on the ground, and you plant the biggest, fattest cloves you can. So there's a nice big fat clove. It's even starting to sprout. It doesn't have to be starting to sprout. Don't plant it just because it's sprouting. Most of these will sprout if you give them time. They almost all will. It's very reliable. But if it is sprouting, yeah, that's great. So you break her up. You pick out the biggest cloves, and if there's any annoying little cloves in the middle, well, don't plant those. Eat them. If they're really little and annoying, squash them and put them in your salad dressing. So here, excuse me, my love, I have 3 nice big old fat cloves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the ground here in my little raised bed, and I am going to plant them. Now, for seeds, we tell you plant them 2.5 to 3 times as deep as the seed is. For garlic, it's about the same. I plant it pretty deep, and that means it's going to be in good shape when, for frost heaves. You would do the same thing up north. I'm planting that a couple inches down. Clove's about 1 inch across. I'm planting it 2.5 inches under. There we go, doing some more. With shallots, it's the same thing, but you really don't need to plant them quite as deep.
It's really big and firm, though.
Now, yes, dear. Get off of my raised bed. Uh-oh. This is how your soil gets compacted, by the way. Children, pets. Now, for shallots, you don't necessarily need to plant the biggest. In fact, sometimes if you plant the biggest ones, you get one single clump of shallots with a gazillion little ones in it, instead of one big nice,
Can I please stop?
one or two nice big ones.
Can I
I'm gonna
please
pause
stop?
this and get back to you in a minute.